Flowers in the park singing of better times. Wish it would rain. Just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Do you ever wish for blue skies after the mist clears? The rain has stopped. Looking for rainbows on the horizon. Sunset so clear. Cherry on top of that. Flowers in the park. Maybe it will flow in the right direction. Flowers in the park, singing of better days. Wish it would rain, just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Flowers in the park, singing of better times. Wish it would rain, just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Do you ever wish for blue skies after the mist clears? The rain has stopped. Looking forward for rainbows on the horizon. Sun setting so clear, cherry on top of that. Flowers in the park. Well, I like that. Yeah.
Flowers in the park.
Yeah. And hey, Tommy, you want to tell them how you discovered that song there when you came into the green room?
Oh, yeah. I actually came in the middle of the process of being created. Week. Oh, sorry. Translator. Yeah.
Yeah. 6 o'clock was rolling around, and I was getting ready for a live. So I was supposed to go live at 6, but I got distracted by one thing and another, and nobody was showing up for the panel, and so I figured, well, I can do some things while I'm doing this and doing that, and I got to perusing around the checking out some of the Grateful Dead songs. I went back down memory lane, a song, Victim or the Crime. Perfect song for the times right now, man. Listen to that song, and that song pretty much lays everything down. And the funny thing about Grateful Dead is people used to think that they used to predict things and kind of control the weather, because they said a lot of things in their songs and their concerts. Some things that were going to go down, and it's all in how they would communicate it in the song that they were playing at the time. And it's a real interesting thing around that kind of that kind of culture.
How do you think they knew that ahead of time?
Well, I kind of think about it as they're sort of like wizards, and they tap into this magic.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of compare it to bards of old. That used to be able to tap into this source, and they'd be able to sing. And if they had a harp, they'd play their harp, or they had a lute, they'd play a lute, or sometimes they'd just sing. And they'd minstrel, and the song would literally captivate everyone's attention, pull at their hearts, and lift them up, and then they'd feel good. And that's what I remember reading about bards, and so I think that's what the Grateful Dead were doing.
Tapping in through the veil, seeing through the veil.
Yeah. And because I think they were just tapping into the white light, tapping into blue light, and I think even sometimes tapping into the gold light. And it's all healing light when you get right down to it.
Hey, Bear.
And yeah.
I want to read this one thing in the chat before it disappears into the chat, because he's busy, but stuck at work, buddy. Wanted to wish you a happy birthday, Mortal Coil.
That was a good impression of him. Hail Immortal Coil.
I'm looking for that. Where'd it go? Where'd you go?
Yeah, that's why I wanted to read it before it gets buried. It's all the way near the top.
Oh yeah. Well, it'll disappear as soon as there's a few more chats popped in there. Yeah.
Tyler Mango.
I didn't catch that. That was cool.
Happy birthday.
Thanks, Mortal.
Bear.
Working those late hours.
Kale Wolf.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that's the new song. Basically, I started listening to Jerry Garcia band because sometimes when I need inspiration, I'll go listen to Jerry Garcia band. If I need a little bit of inspiration, I'll go listen to some older Grateful Dead. And if I'm really looking for that soul searching, that gut wrenching kind of inspiration, I'll listen to Jerry band, some of the older stuff. And I was listening to Mission in the Rain, and all of a sudden I start hearing words inside my head besides the lyrics that Jerry was singing. And so my laptop was already open. I just opened a Word file and started writing the song. Perfect verse. That whole verse done. Next set of verses, and then boom, it was done.
So you were actually writing the lyrics to Jerry's song, and then after you had that, you went and found music to match the lyrics you had written to.
But believe it or not, that wasn't the music I was hearing for those lyrics.
Oh.
I was hearing completely different music for those lyrics, but it was definitely inspired.
Wow,
by Jerry's song "Mission in the Rain." And
that is amazing.
I think anything that has rain in it, when they're talking about rain, it's healing. And all of a sudden, boom! I'm writing this song, and I'm like, and it's like you heard went and found the instrumental. I'll let you listen to it, real quick, and it's a complete different feel. It's got a similar feeling, but it's got a different style and all that. It's the personality of the song, and it was the third one down, man. You know, and think about that. That's 4. I wrote the song, went 3 down to find the song in the audio library in my search that I made, and a third one down. So that's 4. Then 4 things. 4 is always a sacred thing.
Lucky number 3.
Yeah.
4. Yeah, I woke up this morning and the time was 4:44 on the
that's
clock.
Triple H. That's Triple H time.
Triple H time.
So, and I had already had the studio open and shared to the yard when Tommy popped in, and I muted my mic, got ready to do the vocal, did the vocal, opened it up, let Tommy hear it. And then a little after that, I doubled it up and set it up and had it sounded where maybe that's the way I want it. And then Tommy watched me do it, and then Final popped in. Then Shellback popped in, and then the sound was making things go haywire. And then what I did is I mixed it down into the wave format. Then it was just like that. That's how it happened. That's how fast it happened. And I would say the song from being written. I wrote the song, and just before Tommy popped on, I found the instrumental, downloaded it. Tommy watched me space out the song because the song wasn't exactly a very long song, and so I have this technique for spacing the song out, making it longer, and I did that, and it was just perfect. Change up and change down for the tune, and yeah. Well, I'll give you a quick little listen again, and then I'll let you guys hear the next new song that I did not that long ago, recently actually. Flowers in the park, singing of better times. Wish it would rain. just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Do you ever wish for blue skies after the mist clears? The rain has stopped. Looking for rainbows on the horizon, sunset so clear. Cherry on top of that, flowers in the park. Maybe it will flow in the right direction. Flowers in the park, singing of better days. Wish it would rain, just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Flowers in the park, singing of better times. Wish it would rain, just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Do you ever wish for blue skies after the mist clears? The rain has stopped. Looking forward for rainbows on the horizon, sun setting so clear, cherry on top of that, flowers in the park.
I like the way that ends too.
Yeah, it's a little high. Yeah,
Flowers in the park.
and it just came about like magic. Sometimes it blows me away how it works like that. Sometimes.
Hey, Bear.
Yeah.
You want to see something else weird?
Yeah.
All right, check this out.
Oh.
Can you read that?
No, it's blurry.
Let me know when you can see it.
Atomic power? Something in
Atomic
atomic
power.
power. Can't see the top of it though.
That's a toy.
The start
The start
of atomic power. It's uranium powder. Uranium ore in the top of a pencil.
Wow. The top of a pencil?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
How's
crazy,
that?
man.
How's that for weird?
Yeah. That's an oddity. Someone go see the Trinity. Someone go see the Trinity site and get a souvenir from there, from the shop. The pencil. Here's a souvenir pencil. Yeah.
Uranium. Wow. I'm sure in 1987, plutonium can be found on every street corner, but in 1967, it's a little harder to come by.
Yeah, I think that's the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah, uranium inside a pencil. That's crazy.
Yeah, it sticks in your head a little, don't it?
Yeah, it does. It's catchy.
Yeah, the instrumentals by Dan Lebowitz.
Yeah.
And I've used a lot of his instrumentals in the free audio section on YouTube. Oh yeah, he's good. Rather bluesy. I like bluesy. I gotta say, if I can do bluesy, I like it. Yeah, but I also got that little bit of Velvet Underground influence. And also, if you haven't checked them out, the band Against Me, they're freaking awesome. They've gone through some significant changes with the lead singer changing LGBTQ, and Tom became Sarah Jane. But I don't care. Still plays a guitar like that, you know. Oh yeah.
Yeah. There was this one song I always used to listen to, or I wouldn't always listen to, but when I did hear it, I would have to hear it again and again and again, and it would stick in my head. Was Concrete Blonde and Bloodletting. I don't know what it was about that beat and the vocals in there, talking about a vampire, that like it stuck in my head forever. Like every time I heard it. Did you ever hear that one? Bloodletting by Concrete
I might
Blonde?
have.
No.
Very, very possible that I might have, because I used to listen to 93.1 WXRT in Chicago lived in Gary, you know, we get that station. It's one of the best stations, and they played a lot of independent music. And anything that was independent music that wasn't really being played in the mainstream radio, they played a lot of stuff that came out like that. A lot of new up and comers. A lot of Seattle independent music scene was being played on that radio station. There was even a music. There was a little bit of a huge music scene here in Olympia for quite a while. I don't think it's kind of fizzed out a little bit, but there used to be a lot of good music coming out of Olympia.
Well, I think
and I used to go see a lot of it.
Well,
by the way, that's what I'm drinking right there.
I was going to say, Bear, I think one of the reasons that song always kind of stuck with me is just the way the tempo of the song and the way they sung the song for the most part. It kind of reminded me, I mean, not to a T, obviously, but to an extent, it kind of reminded me of Leonard Cohen a little bit. And I always liked the way Leonard Cohen did his songs. So
I love Leonard Cohen. I gotta, you know, I grew up with a lot of good rock and roll. You know, I got exposed when I was a kid to a lot of really good rock and roll. My dad listened to all different types of rock and roll, and there was a lot of in the 70s. There was a lot of that experimental electronic music. There was one particular group that came out of Germany, and they had a song called the Autobahn. I'm trying to remember what their name is. Any of you out there sound familiar to any of you?
Autobahn?
Yeah, the song was called the Autobahn, and it's a band out of Germany, and it was right around the 70s when the record came out. Venturi or something like that. I can't remember, but really, it was for the time. It was experimental, electronic type of music, you know.
Oh God! But that really took off in the 80s, though. Like,
is it Kraftwerk? I think it's Kraftwerk had a song called. And Kraftwerk was really electronic.
I think, Kraftwerk.
It's probably Kraftwerk. Yeah,
they had a song called Autobahn.
I think they had a song called Autobahn, or an album maybe called Autobahn.
Freaking
I've listened
awesome
to some Kraftwerk
music
before. Kraftwerk's really good. Yeah, it's been a while since I listened to that, but they're.
I don't know if they're still around, man, but I'd go see them.
Yeah, I don't know if
they ever came to the States again, if they're still around. I doubt it, man, because there's the stuff they had came out in the late 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, they were one of the early synth.
Salute.
Man, salute.
The birthday shots.
They're not really shots. It's cognac. It's more like sips.
The sipping shots.
If you did a shot of cognac, it bowl you over. It's not like taking a shot of some good single malt scotch. This is it's stronger in different areas. It's really intense. And
well, you should do
you'd be on fire.
Shot. You should do at least one shot so you could be a rolling bear.
No, you see. All right, cognac. It's with me. It's like there's different types of alcohol. There's ones that are like IPAs and ales make me feisty. I got no filter. I get more than 3 in me. I'm gonna say perfectly what I'm thinking, and I'll say it right to you. I'll have no qualms or bombs about it. But so that I don't have 3 ales when I'm live streaming, because I'll have no filter. I did that once on Wes's live stream, and my filters were almost intact, but I could tell they were really weakening real bad. I had 3 ales in me, and I was all I could do to keep the lid on that. So I don't have 3 ales now. It's just 1 ale, and cognac. It's a whole different thing. It's a different animal.
Yeah, I've never had that problem. I've just always had a problem with my filter.
I've I've always thought that cognac always felt kind of cerebral. But yeah, now I dedicated this song to Josiah Rises. It's called Echo Chamber.
Very nice. Hail, Josiah Rises.
Hail. All right.
crazy what happened to his channel.
Yeah, thanks,
yeah.
Parrothead.
Oh, you know what?
Now I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head. Thanks, buddy.
I gotta fix some. I shared the wrong tab. There we go. That's better. All right. That'll work. And I did something different with this slideshow. Pay close attention to it. It's kind of cool.
I can't hear it, Bear. Are you playing it? The sound's not on.
Oh man.
I wasn't sure if you were setting it up or not, but I'm not
Yeah.
hearing anything.
Yeah, I hear you, Parrothead. There definitely are worse things I've stuck in my head.
The fox.
There we go. How's that?
Yep, that I can hear.
Take two.
Don't need your echo chamber, just some good time. Need some good spoken words, don't no echo chamber. Empty echo chamber, echoing the empty. It's the empty of black goo. Empty echo chamber, hide in chamber pot that don't age well. Got fake snakes rolling out the echo chamber. The only harmful giant stepping on everyone's toes. It just goes into an echo chamber. That old fire is weak. I got fire, talk outside your mouth. You speak in fancy ways, but I've got your number here. You think you can outfox the fox? You think you can outfox the fox? I got news for you. I see through you. I don't have time for that, no. Time won't run on empty echo chambers. Don't need no echo chamber, just need some good times. Need some good spoken words. Don't need no echo chamber. At the echo chambers, echoing empty. It's the empty of black goo. Empty echo chamber, hide in the chamber pot that don't age well. Got fake snakes rolling out of the echo chamber. The only harmful giant stepping on everyone's toes. It just goes to show. It just goes into an echo chamber. The old fire is weak, I got the fire. Talk out the side of your mouth. You speak in fancy ways, but I got your number here. You think I can't outbox the fox, but I tell you what, I'll box the fox, cause I am the fox. I got news for you, I see through you. I don't have time for that, no. No time won't run on no empty echo chambers. Don't need no echo chamber, just need some good times. Need some good spoken words, don't need no echo chamber. Empty echo chambers, echoing the empty. It's the empty of black goo. Empty echo chamber, hide in the chamber pot. That don't age well. Got fake snakes rolling on the echo chamber. The only harmful giant on everyone's toes. It just goes to show an echo chamber. There's the old fires. We got the fire. Talk out in the side of your mouth. Speaking fancy ways. I got your number here. You think you can outbox the fox? I got news for you. I see through you. I don't have time for that. No, the time won't run on echo chambers.
I like that. Outfox the fox.
Yeah.
Can't outfox the fox.
Yeah. That's kind of another one of those songs that came about in a similar way. Yeah.
You know
so
what? Speaking, I was going to say, speaking of the Fox Bear, it was actually really nice to see that 19K Fox finally came back around.
I know.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's been making the rounds. Yep, it's really great to see him back.
So I don't know if you noticed, but there was a couple pop culture references in the song to Supernatural.
To Supernatural, the show?
Echoing the empty. The empty. Where the angels, dead angels, and demons go.
Ooh,
where they sleep. Yeah. No, not the abyss. It's the empty. It's where all angels and demons go.
Yeah, see, I've never watched that show myself, so
Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah. Oh, and black goo. That's what's in the empty. Black goo.
Ooh, so is it like a place of what's the black goo supposed to be?
It's just it's where the angels and the demons are sleeping, basically, because they're dead. They were killed. And that's where I got it from Supernatural. Because that's where they go when they die. It's basically their heaven. They sleep. It's just them sleeping. They go to sleep. They stay asleep. They know nothing. They're just a deep sleep.
Can they be awoken?
They can be rescued. Yeah, a Castiel has pulled one or two people out of there. One of, I think it was an angel or something like that. But yeah, it's very possible in the lore in Supernatural. And so the hide in a chamber pot. You know what a chamber pot is, right?
The hide in a chamber pot?
The hide in the chamber pot is part of the lyric underneath that one.
What's the chamber pot?
Empty echo chamber, hide in the chamber pot. That don't age well. Think about that. Think about that meaning. Don't age well.
a chamber pot is literally what a chamber pot is.
Yeah. You know, back in the old days, that's what people used to have to use. Yeah, piss boy.
Piss boy.
And I'll tell you, there was another thing that influenced me, was because the Baby Yoda was hiding in a spittoon, and it kind of reminded me of a chamber pot. That's where that part came from. I'm like, oh yeah, great idea. Typing. So that's how these songs come together. I'll be watching stuff and I'm like, really? And then I'll just see something. They just connect together, and it's like the words flow out, and I got to type them. And normally I open up a Twitter DM to myself and I immediately send it to myself, so that way I don't lose it. Or I'll get up in the middle of the night and I'll have to start writing. That's how it turns out. Yeah. So, indeed. Let me see. That was actually the wrong tab that I was shared. Let's see. All right. Yeah, that is... Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah. No, don't do that. Oh, what the hell? You know, sometimes when you click something and you think, what the hell did I just click? And it's like, okay, why did I click that? It happens. It happens. Trying to do a few different things at once. And I think I just... Yeah, it didn't. That's really weird. Blip. Where did it go? It moved somewhere. The song Groove Train just moved somewhere. I click something. It's like, well, where did it go? I know. I'll get rid of it. And I'll open the new one. So what you been up to, Vinyl?
Oh, a lot of, working. We opened back up, so I've been working here and there on Fridays and Saturdays mostly. I work tomorrow and Saturday. And otherwise, doing a lot of Mandalorian watching and trying to make videos on that. I wasn't gonna do a weekly review, but I thought, you know what, I did it last season, and I should probably keep with it. So I'm gonna try to do a weekly review of that, which I think airs tonight, the next episode, or like tonight at midnight.
Yeah, I believe it'll pop up at 11:45.
Oh, okay.
In some cases, at 11:15.
No, I wonder why it's different.
I don't know, man. I think it's depending on where you go to. If you go to CBS All Access through Prime, you're not going to be able to watch it until about 11:45. If you're Pacific Standard Time, right about that time. And then on CBS All Access itself, you can actually...
it's on Disney
15.
Plus.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus itself. Yeah, I got my wires crossed on that one. Hey, but yeah, I think it's very possible that I'm probably confusing the other show. I'm not even going to say it because we might get distracted by that. Yeah, and that's not supposed to be playing.
I don't know. You're not going to distract me at either one of those shows because I refuse to watch any of them.
You haven't watched any of Mandalorian, have you?
Nope,
No.
I've refused. You know, I am a firm believer that, you know, Disney has not done anything to really prove that they're sorry for everything they've done and everything they said. You know, I still believe that whole thing with Ali was a travesty and a disgusting show of lack of empathy and emotions on the part of Disney, and I have not forgotten it, and I won't forget it. So yeah. Disney can suck it sideways.
Yeah, well, I understand that.
Indeed.
Definitely understand that.
What's up, Nancy? How you doing?
Hey, Nancy.
Yes, it is. I am 49 as of an hour and a half ago. I was at morning and evening. Cancer rising, to be exactly. Yeah.
Hey, Bear.
Yep.
My phone is just about dead.
All right, brother, man.
I mean, I know we got on earlier and got to be there when you made your song and everything, but
Right.
yeah, and the time travels on with this phone still.
Indeed.
But hey, I want to wish you a happy birthday. You know,
Thank you.
I'm glad I got to stop on and be able to hang out with you for a little while you were doing this and see everybody in the chat again. It's always a pleasure when I get a chance to come around and catch everybody and talk to everybody. Final, absolute pleasure to be able to talk to you for this
Same
little bit of
with
time
you,
that
Tommy.
we could. You know, I'm looking forward to eventually getting home and being able to chat with you all a lot more.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But, you know, I hope you have an awesome the rest of your night there, Bear. And salute,
thank you.
brother. Salute.
Hey, salute.
All
Salute, Tommy.
Take care, y'all.
All right, take care.
Alrighty. This next song's called Groove Train. Let me see. Here.
Hello, Keely Chow. Welcome.
Hey, thank you, Keely Chow. Thank you. What's up, Parrot Head? I gotta get this down here. All right, my mouse is doing the weird thing. Uh-oh. I think the battery.
Good rant to go out with. Yeah, it was a good rant for him to go out with.
My mouse battery is like dying,
which
is a bad time for it to die. I just happen to have
backup.
Yeah. Here, I will, because I can use the laptop mouse real quick. But I better pull the battery. Mouse. Hopefully my mouse don't mess up while I'm pulling the battery out. All right, tell me if you hear that.
No.
You don't hear that.
I don't.
Okay.
Tyler says, "Oh, I thought Ghost Bear was 20 years old. 2020 years old."
All right, let me see here. It's weird using the mouse on the laptop. Man, if I had to use the mouse on the laptop when I was like recording vocals, laptop mouse built in.
Yeah.
All right, click.
Yeah, sometimes you can't get like exact. It's easier to get exactly where you want it sometimes with a separate mouse. Trackpad can be sometimes a little tough.
All right, we should have sound now. Hey.
Now let's hear. Yes.
There's a train chugging into town, over mountain, hill, and dale. Carries enlightened, moves through time.
Better.
Notions and potions, collecting stories wherever they may be. Waiting on the story man, he's coming to town. You know we're gonna get down. We're not clowning, chugging into town. There's a train chugging into town.
Tommy.
Over mountain, hill, and dale, carries enlightened, moves through time, oceans and motions, collecting stories wherever they may be. Waiting on the story man, he's coming to town.
Story man Jack.
You know we're gonna get down. We're not clowning.
Not that story, man.
Chugging into town. There's a
The story man's Jerry.
chugging into town. Over mountain, hill, and dale.
Perfect timing, huh?
Yeah.
Synchronicity, man. Synchronicity.
Carries enlightened, moves through time. Notions and potions, collecting stories wherever they may be. Waiting on a story man, he's coming to town. You're not to get down.
We're not clowning, chugging into town. There's a train chugging into town. Over mountain, hill, and dale. Yeah.
Nice.
That was
I like
another.
that one a lot too.
That was another one of those songs. Let me pause that. There's a tornado. Remember, we had a conversation about this particular song, Final, when I was writing it. Remember?
Tornado on Main Street Blues.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
had a
if I've heard
conversation.
this finished.
No, you haven't. This is a new
okay.
song too. This song's not that old.
Hey, you've got a lot of good new ones.
Yeah, there is 24 songs now.
Wow. When did you start writing them? How long has it been?
Well, more than 5 months now. At least since March. Since
Okay, yeah, so it was
March.
the beginning of the.
When we were in 5 months to the Pink Elephant.
Right.
And 8 weeks times 2.
8 weeks times 2.
Yeah, that's 5 months.
8 weeks times 2. Yeah, that's
It's one thing I like. I like clever lyrics.
yeah. 8. Yeah. What song is that in? That's like one of my favorite lyrics.
Say it again.
What song is that in? Was it 4 weeks times 2 or was it 8 weeks times 2? It's 8 weeks times 2.
Yeah, there's let's see here.
It's one of my favorite songs. I forget which one, the title of it though.
It's the one that sticks in your head. I gotta look. Is it Cellulose Gods and Heroes?
No. No, it's not this one. I like this one too though. Fourth Clarion. No, it's not the Fourth Clarion.
Yeah. I got them a little mixed up. North Wind is Blowing.
Play the North Wind is Blowing. No, it's more of a slow groove song. It's one of the slow groove songs.
I wonder if it's Waiting on the Sauce.
Not. Oh, it might be Waiting on the Sauce. Yeah, it is. I think it's Waiting on the Sauce.
Been sitting
Yeah, this is it.
8 weeks now.
Yeah, 8 weeks. 8 weeks times 2.
Yeah, 8 weeks times.
8
8 weeks times 2.
Yeah, I love that. I love that lyric. It's so it's clever.
Yeah,
that's the one. Waiting on the Sauce. Still waiting on the sauce, aren't we?
Well, I tend to do songs that have some kind of emotion attached to it, and when I wrote, what is it? The fourth clarion call.
Yeah,
that's very emotional, and it was hard to sing. It was not easy because there's a lot of deep feelings in there and all that.
Yeah,
and good ones.
I like that fourth clarion call.
A lot of good feelings in there.
Yeah,
and then another song that does something similar. It grabs you in the Gipper, the fourth wave freak flag.
Yeah.
Fourth
wave freak flag. RR says Ghost Bear's White Album. That's good. White Album. It is a concept album.
What's the word in? I wonder what the Aztec word is for white.
Ooh, I don't know.
I got the book. I could probably look. Hey, I just rhymed. I did not rhyme.
I was gonna say. You're just a poet by heart.
Hey, I you know that I had a whole bunch of other material written that I lost a long time ago.
Oh wow, really? You lost?
But yeah, it was one of those things. It was just meant to be. It was meant to be. It's the way the energy all played out. Because you got to remember, I look at everything like energy, and it ebbs and flows, and I try to stay where the energy stays on a level keel, and I try to reach for the high energies, and I try to reach for some of the low energy, and keep it in between. And just remember, don't fight the white wolf, don't fight the black wolf, just feed them evenly. They won't be jealous of each other if you do that. Yeah.
Feed them evenly.
Yeah. If you don't feed them, that's when you starve your own nature. Think of it as starving your own creativity. And so you use your creativity, and your creativity helps your black wolf and your white wolf get along. It's kind of what I've learned over the years.
So, as a gray wolf?
A gray wolf would be more of a totem, stuff like that. But the black wolf and white wolf, it's more of it's a parable, it's a teaching, it's a story. Basically, if they're both fighting, when they fight, which one wins? Neither one of them win. There's never a winner. That's the whole concept of it. The only way
battle. Well, not eternal battle, but battle
Yeah.
back and forth through your life.
Yeah. The only way you win is by not battling, by letting it just flow. That's hard to learn. It's a hard thing. And my writing,
you're typically swayed to one side or the other.
Right. And that's kind of why I don't. That's kind of why I don't like to really talk about politics on my channel. Sure, I am political. I have a political opinion, but I just don't really talk about it too much here. I have leanings. I come from a generation where it just taboo talk about politics, taboo talk about religion, and it was just one of those things. I grew up in northwestern Indiana when I was little, and Hammond, Indiana, city kid. Some stuff like that. Big family. And go spare the gray. That's cool.
Go spare the gray.
And it's to me, everything's always been after I learned from my experiences, it's energy. Let me get that thingy up there. Yeah, click that just in case. And click that. I'm thinking out loud. Yeah. But I've had like 6, I guess you could call them sips of cognac, because you don't really my computer's been doing some weird stuff lately. My mouse has been doing some weird stuff lately. They just replaced the batteries. That's really weird, strange.
You're gonna have to use the trackpad again.
No. It's just I seen stuff highlighting that shouldn't have been highlighted, and it's like the data migration keeps the name of it keeps popping up. It's like it really shouldn't be popping up. Why is it doing that? Weird. Hey, computers are freaking weird. They got a mind of their own at times, it feels. But yeah, this song, let's go back to damn it. Buttons are funky. Where I am, I don't know. So
or you are, is that what you said?
Yeah. I have had 5 sips of cognac, and it acts more of a it's more cerebral. It doesn't hit you like ale does. I could see why intellectuals drink cognac, because it's very brainy. It's weird.
Yeah, I love
cognac. I had a real good sip of cognac, the first one, less than half a shot. And I held it in my mouth, and I breathed through my nose, my mouth open, and you could just smell the deep woodsy smell from the wood in the barrel, from the barrel that the cognac was in. You can smell that, and you can taste the different levels of caramel flavor from the cognac. Good stuff.
Cognac's made from the champagne grape. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's made from the champagne grape. So wow. I mean, it's like a really strong wine in a way, but yeah, that's how it's the main component in it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, isn't it?
So let me see here. Did I pull up? Yeah, my something's going on with my taskbar. Some setting got changed. I'm not sure why it's doing that. It's just really weird. It's very distracting. I'm gonna have to figure it out later. But I had a conversation with you about the lyrics to this song.
What yeah, well, I have to hear the song.
You suggested a hurricane.
Ah,
remember the conversation now?
Okay, yeah, sort of, yeah.
Yeah. And so the second verse, a hurricane on Broadway.
Ooh, nice.
Roses may wither, no time for dithering.
Nice. Hurricane on Broadway. Well, that basically happened in that movie. The world was Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Where the whole New York gets like flooded by a huge tsunami because of the giant hurricane, like the worldwide hurricane.
Yeah.
And then freezes over. Yeah, pretty. Yeah, I used to have that nightmare when I was younger, and then I saw it in the movie. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like my nightmare.
Hey, I used to have this nightmare, and it was 3 of my friends from middle school, and it was always them. And we were in a van. We were driving across the bridge that only had metal girders, no bridge, and we were in a van, and we were literally barely touching the girders, going from girder to girder over the bridge, with no bridge, and it was really high up. Basically, it was one of those tall steel bridges that you can see through, but there was no bridge there. Everything else was there, but no road part, just the girders, the cross members.
How was that allowed to be open?
And it was a nightmare, man.
This was your dream.
Okay. Yeah, and I had it over and freaking over again. And well, back then, I was a teenager. I was going to school in Portage, Indiana at that time. And you want to talk about a little freaking alky town, man? That is a serious teenage wasteland of freaking alcohol, man, in that town. My God. I drank so much from the time that I was 12 until I was probably 18. And right around 18, I started chilling out. And from the time I was 21, I think. No, from the time I was 23 till I was 26, I didn't drink. I just quit. Yeah, I quit drinking.
So much of it you didn't need anymore.
Yeah, I was done with it for a while. Till I moved to Olympia, and then all of a sudden I found the land of milk and honey of every ale you can think of. Craft made from Oregon, from Northern California to Oregon to all over Washington. Even in some cases from Idaho, because Idaho's right next to Washington State on the other side of the mountains. We get some craft beer from there too, because
I didn't know much about Idaho's craft beer.
Yeah, they got some independent breweries making some really good stuff, and so all over this whole area, the East Side Tavern had every kind of micro brewed beer you can think of, and they would let you sample. So they had basically a 2-inch tall, looked like a really fat, short pint glass, but it was only yay tall. They'd fill it up just a little over halfway, and they'd let you try that. And they keep trying until you actually got to what you wanted. And they'd let you do that 2 times, 3 times. They were pretty nice about it. And so I was just like, man, so I was trying all these ales and all that, and man, porters, ales, bitters, extra special bitters, IPAs, man, anything you can think of, they probably had it. Good stuff.
Wow, bitters are, if you drink that straight, it's super strong.
Oh yeah, and extra special bitter ale, love it. I used to live in 98 before I lived in Olympia. I lived in West Lafayette. And a little something to do with that little west thing, because I lived on the west side of Olympia as well when I moved to Olympia. Just point that out. And then I lived in West Lafayette. You crossed the river. I think it was the Terre Haute River that you crossed over into. They had this huge pedestrian bridge. It was as wide as a 2.5 car lane bridge, but it was just for pedestrians. And so I would go over to the Lafayette Brew Pub over there, and they had this Russian bitter ale, and it was see-through gold nut color, cloudy, perfectly cloudy. And my God, it was just heaven. So I got one of those mason jugs of that, and my God, that was just good stuff. I haven't been able to find a Russian bitter since.
Huh,
I mean,
where was this at?
Lafayette, Indiana.
Oh, this is okay. So this is when you were younger.
No, 98.
Russian
I
bitter.
think I was 26 at the time. Yeah, and because I was living down there, I moved from the north down south. So yeah, that was and it was always, and part of the reason why I did it because it was.
Still there?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Tyler keeps having a dream about a certain neighborhood. Always crazy shit happening in it. Is the main street Elm Street? Or is it Haddonfield, Illinois? RR asks what type of cognac you're drinking.
Hennessy.
Hennessy, yes.
Hennessy, very special.
VS. Hennessy VS.
Yep.
VS and VSOP. VSOP is just very special old pale.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 40% alcohol by volume.
No, it's good stuff.
I think that's I think it's bigger than a pint, actually.
Stronger?
So yeah, yeah. So yeah, we had a conversation about this song, and you suggested a hurricane, and I put it in the chat to myself, hurricane. The Broadway later just came to me, you know.
I like that hurricane on Broadway.
Right. All right, sound check.
Yep. You can hear it.
All right, let's play this. There's a tornado tearing down Main Street. Cows getting whiskey, some are feeling risky. Let the good times begin. Where the winds take us. A hurricane on Broadway, roasting with no time to dithering.
Yeah.
No more defying, no foreshadowing. Wild tornadoes tearing down Main Street in the crazy land. They like taking crazy pills. Let the good times begin. I was on my way to Buffalo, and I was flying to Vegas. Thunder, lightning, rain. Then the blue sky blew in on the wind. In a rock and roll band all across the land. I found myself in the great divide. Visions of east to west. Sunsets from sea to sea, sundown in the west. I'm not counting, I was on time. The clocks were broken, we all stood in unison. Time to rise, let the good times begin. There's a tornado tearing down Main Street. Cows are giving whiskey, someone feeling frisky. Let the good times begin. Wherever the wind takes us. Look, I made clouds. A hurricane on Broadway. Roasting with no time for dithering. No more fighting, no foreshadowing. Wild tornadoes tearing down Main Street in the crazy land. They like taking crazy pills. Let the good times begin. I was on my way to Buffalo, then I was flying to Las Vegas. Thunder, lightning, and rain, then the blue sky blew in on the wind. In a rock and roll band all across the land, I found myself in the great divide. Visions of east to west.
Sunset from sea to sea, sundown in the west. I'm not clowning. I was on time, the clock's broken. We all stand in unison. Time to rise, the time to begin. There's a tornado tearing down Main Street. Cows giving whiskey, some are feeling frisky. Let's take a good time to begin. Wherever the wind takes us. Hurricane on Broadway, Roses stay with her. No time for dithering. Hurricane on Broadway, Roses may with her. No time for dithering. No time for dithering. A hurricane on Broadway, Roses may with her. No time for dithering.
Nice. Hurricane on Broadway.
Yeah, that was when it gets fast in the tempo going up and then fast going down the tempo, it's not easy. And then you got to do it again if you do a background vocal.
Yeah.
And you got to hit it. You got to hit it at least 80%. Otherwise, it's going to sound.
For to be in sync, yeah.
Yeah. But a little out of sync is okay, depending on the vocal and what's there. Occasionally, you'll hear just like just to the side of it, you'll hear a different vocal. Well, that was meant to be there and sound closer to you, then go further back. It's meant to do that.
Yeah.
I've discovered a setting called phaser. Yeah, in the studio, from the audio settings. And it's called phaser. It's the one that made it sound like a locomotion, and you can make it sound really outrageous, like you heard me messing with some of the settings until I found the right one.
Yeah, that's a cool sound.
Plus, the recent song I just did, I had 3 different parametric equalizer settings on the main master track, because you got the main master where you can add different settings and different settings to the sound, and then you have those settings on the vocal tracks and the audio tracks for the instrumental, and you can do different stuff to make it sound. You can make it sound vintage, or you can make it sound modern, or you can just make it sound like good rock and roll. I've discovered some really good settings.
Which program is this again?
Let me look. N-Track Studio 9.
Oh, N-Track Studio 9.
Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm glad to have been able to help influence a couple lyrics.
Well, actually, you've influenced a lot more than that. You've had an influence on at least 3 different songs from conversations me and you have had.
Ah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
I do appreciate that.
Hey, Gary's influenced a couple different songs. I heard him say something like, "That word, I love that word." I collect words. What can I say? I hear a word, I'm like, okay, got to look that up in the dictionary, look it up in the thesaurus, find the alternate meanings to it, and find different words that connect to that. Man, it's like a word buffet.
Did was he the influence or a influence for Unicorn in New York? Or no, Unicorn in San Fran?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it was partly that he influenced it, and then it was like I had some really good times in San Francisco. Some of the summer festivals that was in San Francisco, Marin County, places that we were checking out here and there, all the festivals that were going on. They were freaking everywhere. It was like July 27th or something like that. And man, it was just freaking awesome. There was every kind of festival that you can think of in every little town along the way, up and down Shoreline and into San Francisco and Marin across from San Francisco. Pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. Got
to taste some of the local food and stuff like that, and some of the ethnic food that was there, and it was pretty freaking cool. Had a lot of fun because that was after the other ones or the Dead. I think it was the other ones tour was over, and I was with some friends and we were hanging out, checking stuff out. Every bridge on the bay we crossed twice.
Every bridge on the bay, you just, what do you mean? Because you're exploring, or
just to cross it?
Yeah, just across it.
Yeah, and my dad took a picture across the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco up on that hill. If you're looking there, it's to the left. My dad's got a picture on that hill, and I went to that hill. I went to that very same hill where he stood, and I stood there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Did you get a picture of it too?
I don't. This was we're talking 98. I don't think I had a camera, and I was on one of those tours. Cameras aren't very popular. It was back in those days where people didn't like cameras, got paranoid about cameras. You sure as hell didn't take no one's picture on a lot, man. That was a big freaking taboo. People freak out on you or something, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish I would have had a camera, but I've got the photograph that my dad had his friend take of him looking over the bay on the Marin side, up in the hills. Beautiful picture.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, I wish I would have got a picture. But yeah, you know the what's the name of the road that the brick road that the slants back and forth?
The one that's like a winding road.
Yeah, the winding road.
Yeah.
What's that road called? We went up and down it twice.
Yeah, Lombardo or Lombard Street or something. Is that it?
That sounds familiar.
Lombard Street. I think it's Lombard. I think it's Lombard Street.
So we what is it? Only one direction you can go? I can't remember.
Yeah, it's one way.
So we go down it and then we wind our way back and then we went down it again. So we did that a few times. It was just awesome. And when we got into Shoreline that evening, we right down there just north of Los Angeles into Shoreline area where the one starts. That one that's not there no more. We drove up it.
Oh yeah, because they now they take you. I think they make you get on the 101 briefly. Yeah, they stopped it.
That part that's gone. Well,
yeah,
we used to go up it. We went up it and we stopped. I had never been to the beach there on the one right there, and I literally, when my first step on the sand, and I hadn't had nothing to drink, I was sober, and my first step in the sand, I fell down. The sand was so soft. It was like little tiny satin little beads.
Yeah.
And I freaking fell down. They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "That's really soft sand." And they're like, "You ain't had nothing to drink, have you?" Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink, wink. And I'm like, "No." And so I got up and I just slowly made my way to the beach. But man, it was beautiful. It was the softest freaking sand, man, ever. It was not the annoying kind of sand. If you got it on, you weren't annoyed about it because it was so freaking soft. Blew my mind. And beautiful, man. That night, the sound of the ocean surf making its noise, man, it was pretty awesome. And we drove all the way up the one, man. We were in one of those Toyota motorhomes, one of the bigger ones. And man, it was a lot of fun, very enjoyable. And then we went up that and we took the 9 up into the hills, and we camped on the side of the road and got a tent out. And when we got up in the morning, I think I've told the story before. When we got up in the morning, there was significantly sized bear paw prints circling the tent.
Wow, and they weren't yours.
No, they weren't mine. And keep
it was close to you.
Yeah, keep in mind I had only received the name Big Bear in October of '97, so it had only been about a year or less at that point, less.
Oh.
And bear has always been the big thing with me. When I was young, my first blanket had a huge bear on it. My first stuffed animal was a brown bear. You know, there was signs all over the place.
Yeah, the theme of your life.
Yeah. And the fact that I love the Bears, Chicago Bears, and had Bears coat with bear on it and stuff like that, it was one of those things that was manifest, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yep.
And so I had been going by Bear since 97 in the fall, October. And that's the name that I go by. If, with work and business stuff like that, I use my the Square World name as some of us refer to it, and some say a Christian name or some say Square World.
What's the Square World?
Square World is the unnatural world.
Unnatural world. Oh, okay.
Yeah, cities, stuff like that. The illusion.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know if you ever read the story of Crazy Horse, because there's quite a few books about his life, and the biggest things that really struck me is Crazy Horse said that the flesh, all this stuff, it's all illusion. It's not real.
Yeah.
And basically, what that told me, he was telling me, is it's the spirit that's within us is what's real.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
And
I think
that's what I got from that.
I think that can be more real than than our version of reality.
Right.
Yeah.
And that takes me right into we've had generations of television, commercials, marketing, stuff like that, and when they refer to the programming on TV, that's a really key word, programming. So who's their programming?
Yeah, who's the programmer?
And what's really interesting is I've always kind of thought this, even since I was a kid, thought it was odd that they call it programming. And I've always had that question in my head. It's like, programming. I wonder what they mean by that. Program that you watch, and then there's programming. Is the commercials the programming, or is the TV show the programming, or is it both programming and they're interconnected to each other?
That's also like the term television is to tell a vision, but whose vision are they telling?
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's funny. Both terms, television and programming, both TV terms, and they both mean alternate things. Yeah, and also get this: what are you gonna, if you don't like what you're watching? What do you do?
You know what Jerry's answer was? Turn it off.
Yeah. You could, that's
turn it off. Turn the guitar amp on. Get the guitar out.
That's one way of handling it. That's great.
From what I can remember from watching Jerry Garcia's interviews and how he felt about things, and in my own personal opinion, how it seemed to me is he didn't give a shit about politics of any kind. He abhorred it. And once again, that's just my opinion and my interpretation and how I feel about what I've seen, influenced, and experienced when it comes to that. And I think, and you got to understand, they came from hippie subculture, and the good kind, damn near almost kind of patriotic in some ways. That's how the Grateful Dead was. The Grateful Dead was always patriotic. It always had that. It's like Uncle Sam Blues, U.S. Blues. That's a very kind of patriotic feeling kind of song, and so it always had that feel. And I'm always been the kind of person where I abhor politics. I don't like it, and I'd rather sing, make music, and do stuff like that, and be entertaining and have a good time.
Yeah.
And it's kind of why in March I hit overload. So I disappeared for a little while, and I started watching this, started watching that, learned some things that was heavy, and I went and watched some things that was light. dust myself off. You know what I'm saying?
And down the rabbit hole and climb back out.
Yeah, I did that a lot, man. And,
yeah, me too.
And who'd have ever thought that it was a real physical kind of thing, man?
Yeah, you're right.
Better bring a frickin' rope with you and a long one because you're going to have quite a journey.
Yeah.
And that's why I like songs. Because right there, just what I said, that could be a lyric in a song. Better bring a rope. It's quite a journey. That could be a lyric in a song.
Yeah.
It's like it's like since the song came to me earlier, I've been stuck in creative mode. And it's like start, get a bottle of cognac, take a sip, and then let the creative forces flow.
Yeah. It's a way to do it.
Yeah, and it's cognac is not a getting drunk kind of thing because it's more cerebral. Mm-hmm. You can get intoxicated, but it's a cerebral kind of thing. It's a higher level and maybe even intellectual. It stimulates the brain that way. But once you get past that point, you're just drunk.
There's a fine line.
It's
a very fine line.
And it's like I've had six basically sips, nice size sips, and it really is about the taste and the caramel taste and the cognac. And I don't have it very often. I have it every now and then. And normally I get the 3-shot little thing, and it'll take me a few days just to sip on that thing because it's literally you sip on it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like when the first one, I haven't got it in a while, and I picked up one of those 3-shot ones, and I was just watching a movie, and a sip here, a sip there, and 4 sips later, I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
it's got a little bit of a nice feel to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easily one of my favorite alcohols.
Yeah. And
if not my favorite, it might be my favorite. Scotch used to be, but I think I actually like cognac more.
I like Scotch because it's where my ancestors are from. 2 grandfathers back, and you really got to get the right Scotch.
Yeah, there's different ones. It depends on what you want too. If you want something very peaty, which is smoky, it's different.
The Glenlivet, it's good for that right there.
Yeah,
Glenlivet, peaty and smoky, it's perfect. That 12-year. Mm-hmm. I got one Christmas. I got an 18-year-old year. It was like $55 for 18 years.
Yeah.
That was 2011. Glenlivet. Yeah, there's a website online you can order from that sells whiskeys, and they I haven't got an email from them recently in a while.
Jeez, I hope they didn't go out of business so many.
Yeah. It's insane, man. You could get any kind of imported Scotch whiskey. You could get it, and you can get old ones too. You can get like 20-year-old, 50-year-old aged Scotch. You're talking big money. You can even get 100-year aged Scotch. You're talking huge money there. And you can get from the most peatiest, boggiest areas the Scotch, and you click the info about the area. It tells you from the area what part of Scotland the Scotch comes from. There's a whole bunch of information in there.
100-year-old Scotch. I've actually had a 100-year-old port before.
How was that?
That was pretty. It's really interesting. It was really candied and like dried fruit. I mean, you kind of get that sometimes with ports anyway, but this was like a real clear but concentrated flavor of that. I really liked it. I like ports too. I mean, they're really good with a cigar or a pipe, like tobacco pipe, and they're good. They're nice. They're nice to go along with a cigar. And man, you get a good port like that. Ooh.
The place is lovescotch.com, I do believe.
Oh, wow. Lovescotch.com.
Yeah. And you got to click the thing and submit because you must be 21 years old to enter. That easy, eh?
Yeah, I know. It's just asking you. Click here if you agree.
If For those of you Scotch drinkers in the chat, here I will throw that in there.
Oh yeah, any distillery.
Yeah, around the world, really. Actually,
Wow, they really do have. Oh wow,
yeah,
they have everything.
It's the honey pot of whiskey, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see
Lafroy. Lafroy is another really pretty smoky.
And you hit the single malts. And let's see here.
Wow. Yeah, they really have. You could go by region. Jeez.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see. Pick region.
Yeah, Ardbeg. Yeah, Ardbegs. Belvini. Yeah, they have. So many I've never even heard of. Bladnock. I've heard of that. Wow, there are so many. Brooklotic.
Ooh, they have bitters too.
They have bitters too?
Yeah. What are their bitters? Ooh, orchestra aromatic bitters. Breckenridge bitters. That's some serious drink mixing stuff there, buddy.
Oh, they've got everything, yeah. Japanese whiskeys. Japanese whiskeys are really good too.
Oh man.
Have you ever had any of that Japanese whiskey?
You can get you can get really messed up on Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine,
they're smooth. The water over there is really clear and
sake is real close to Japanese whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And
sake's
my
good.
my brother-in-law had some, and it was his birthday, and we drank some of that. It's a good buzz, man, and you don't have to drink a lot. You'll immediately.
Yeah. And it's, to me, sake has kind of a sweet taste. It has a sort of sweetness to it.
Let's see here. Let's see, region.
Do you know what a sojo is? Sojo?
What is that?
It's a Japanese. It's basically like a vodka. It's like a Japanese vodka. And it's, real easygoing. And kind of like sake, but it has a little more of a vodka sort of flavor. It's pretty smooth, but it is strong. It's high alcohol. So it's one of those that, you drink a little bit of, not thinking much of it because it's pretty smooth, and then all of a sudden it hits you, and you're like, oh man, came out of nowhere. So
yeah.
No, it's Korean. I think it's Korean. I don't think it's Japanese. It's Korean, I think.
I'm not sure how thick you're supposed to say this name, but another good one is Glenfarclas. It's 12-year-old. It's $59.95.
Glenfarclas. Yeah, Glen. Oh, I've heard of that one before. Yeah.
Highland single malt. It's Speyside. I like everything in Speyside. It's the Highlands. It's where my great grandfathers are from.
Glenfarclas. Yeah, Glenfarclas. Yeah.
Then there's the 17-year-old. It used to be a lot cheaper to get an 18, 17-year-old because now it's like $125. I paid $59. It was on sale. It was originally $79, and I got an 18-year-old Glenlivet. Glenfiddich is good too.
Yep, Glenfiddich is good.
So Glenmorangie is the GLE.
Oh, Glenmorangie.
Glenmorangie.
Yeah, I think it's Glenmorangie. Yeah,
that's a steep price tag for that.
How much is it?
25-year-old, $366. Yeah.
25 euro. 25.
Yeah, 25.
Oh,
now you buy something that's 100 years old, man. You're looking at big bucks.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, I can't even imagine how much that is.
Yeah.
Especially for one of the really high end, distilleries.
Right.
I mean, geez, that's got to be really pricey. What do they have here? Do they have any? Let's see. What do they have on here? Oh, Glenfarclas. Okay, that's $169 for a 25-year. I mean, that's not really that bad. Glenoyne. I think it's
Alexander Murray Delmore, 15-year-old, old 1999 cast strength, $112.
Oh, that's not bad either.
Waters
Oh.
of waters of the Cromarty Firth Delmore Distillery. It was built in 1839. The cigar malt is the heart of the Highlands.
Cigar malt. Guessing it's probably tobacco-y, smoky.
Right. The cigar malt, it's in quotations, is in the heart of the Highlands, sourcing its waters from the river Alnes, 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 Alnes,
Alness, yeah, Alns,
Alnes,
or Alness.
Alnes.
Alnese,
It's
yeah,
probably a Celtic word. The malt is big and full of character. Alexander Murray and Company brings you this rare bottle and cask strength distilled in 1999, spending 15 years in a mixture of ex-bourbon and sweet Oloroso casks, and then finally married in a sherry butts before bottling. What's a sherry butts?
Sherry butts.
Married in sherry butts.
Sherry butts.
What is sherry?
I've heard of things being aged in sherry casks, but not sherry butts. I'm not sure what.
Doing a search for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. It can't be a cask because they would just say cask.
The first image is casks.
Oh,
sherry butt is not sherry butt. Surprisingly, the vast majority of sherry butt in Scotland are not what they once were. Very occasionally, a Scottish distiller developed a long-standing relationship with one of the great Bodge's address, I can't even pronounce that word, and secures the supply of the genuine article butts that have actually been used to mature superb Obroso or Pedro Chimeras. That's some kind of weird liquor, man.
Yeah, I don't sherry butts or bottoms. What is it, buttons?
Yeah, apparently it's barrels.
So yeah, so it's casks then. That's what
it's what they call. That's what they call it.
Oh, okay. I guess
Here,
I just have another name for the same thing.
Put the link in the chat so you guys can see it for yourself. It's just a word for barrels. They're a Pacifically shaped barrel too. Take a look at that link, open it up, and you'll see they are shaped a Pacific way.
Yeah, 21. Yes, I'm 21. Oh, okay. Huh.
When a sherry butt is not a sherry butt. Yeah. Made my brain spin. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, Brooklotic, Octomore, Port Charlotte. Octomore, that's another really smoky one. That might be the most smoky scotch I've ever
extra
had.
$200 if you want your bottle engraved.
$200 to have it engraved. Better be a really good bottle.
Yeah,
I guess you know
engrave. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's $20 plus $20 for it to be engraved.
Oh, geez, that's quite a difference.
Yeah,
I was gonna say 200 seemed a lot.
That's why I had to go back and take a look.
$20. That actually sounds too cheap, though.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because I got a coffee mug with an engraving on it, and from handling it and touching it, you really can't see the engraving unless you shine a light through it.
Yeah, right.
It's dimmed. It's not really. I mean, I know it's there and I can feel it, but since I've got it, you can't even see it no more. You got to look through, got to shine light at to see it.
Yeah.
It's my new Cobalt coffee mug.
Oh, yeah. Now, when did you get this one?
Oh, well, a while back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my other Cobalt mug chipped. And so I got to find a place where we'll take basically a torch to the cracked part and slowly, gradually heat it up until it just gets a little melt. And then let it cool down slowly. Heat the crack up a little, melt it a little. And hopefully that can be done. There's a whole bunch of glass blowers in this area. It shouldn't be too hard to do.
Cobalt does it keep temperature any different than
Cobalt glass? It's a funny thing. It's fickle. It's tougher than nails. You can drop it, it won't shatter. But if the glass is cold, you pour coffee in it, it might crack in half. So you always got to put some warm water from the tap in your coffee mug if it's really, really cold. And don't pour hot coffee in it immediately. Just put some warm water in there. And
very temperamental.
because the first Cobalt coffee mug I had, it had Olympia engraved into the cup and the anchor. And I had that one for the longest time. That one even got dropped and bounced twice and then caught.
Oh, wow.
It bounced twice, didn't break. And I still had it for years after that. And then one day it hit the carpet and it kind of did like my other one. It cracked in half.
From the carpet?
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, it bounced 2 times on concrete, didn't break.
Wow.
The fact that I got another 15 years, maybe 10 years out of it was pretty good.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's such a cool color.
Also, I do believe Cobalt glass, I think when they first started making the atomic bomb, I think they had one where it was encased. The core was encased in blue cobalt glass, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
You think that would, well, maybe if it was, I guess if it was already warm.
It could add to make more big boom, I think. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong.
I don't know.
I've watched so many of those history stuff about that, all that, and all the videos they have on that stuff, whether it was a History Channel, Science Channel, or whatever, a lot of interesting stuff they got on there. Not to mention the science of planets and stuff like that, how they can find them and all that, the wobble, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. Wow, they have a 30-year-old Lafroy bottle on this site.
Holy cow!
And it's $2,999.99.
Lafroy, yeah.
Yeah, Lafroy 30-year. Oh wow, they have a Macallan from 1980 Grand Reserve. So it's an 18-year-old, but it's from 1980, and it's $7,000.
Wow.
I'd like that. Comes in a nice wooden box, though. Macallan, 1980 Grand Reserve, 18-year. Wow, $7,000. Oh, it's almost like would you want to drink it if you had it? It's almost like you wouldn't want to drink it. There's a Macallan here, 1876. No, it can't be from 1876. James Stewart Company. Oh, replica. Oh, yeah. It's still $849. I guess they relabeled it from the 1876 label. James Stewart and Company replica. What do you got? Oh, it's going in and out. Oh, there you go. Oh, what is that?
Gold balled garland.
Gold balled garland. Excuse, decorating for Christmas?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got a Christmas tree that has fiber optic in the Christmas tree tips of the tree.
Yeah. Really?
It's and I've got a tree topper that has a Santa that goes in circles.
Oh, nice. On the top of the tree.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Like, is he on the sleigh?
It's the sleigh and the reindeer and all that. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, my parents are all decorated already as well. They told me, and I love Christmas time. It's my favorite time of year, but I don't like decorating before Thanksgiving. Like the day after Thanksgiving, you could go guns blazing. But before that, I just like to wait till after Thanksgiving because I feel like you're just forgetting Thanksgiving then.
Right. Well, our governor just had a little one of those little convo thingies they do on the news squawker boxer, and the squawking boxers and the squawking squawkers and all that stuff, because they don't. It sounds like squawking to me sometimes, and he didn't do any mandates, and because I got the people in Washington State, I think they're fed up. They're totally, literally fed up.
No, people here too in California,
and people want to go back to normal lives because pink elephant. In some categories, 99% survivable.
Yeah.
In other categories, 94% survivable.
Yeah.
It's real strong flu. And so I keep on hearing this, make excuses here, put this on, do this, all in advertisement. I don't care about your pink elephant story. I don't care. I want to hear it. Yeah. I want to hear my radio. I want to hear a little bit of radio without no stupid stuff on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fed up with all that shit, and it's just fear fodder, man. They're trying to scare people, and I think it's bullshit. It's a type of bullying when you try to scare people like that. To me, it strikes a chord of bullying, and if you think about the UN Human Rights Charter, it violates those human rights, what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not to mention constitutionally,
Oh, yeah.
And things got so thick and so toxic, I decided, you know what? I'm going to write some songs, just sing, be creative, and that's what I'm going to do. And that's what I chose to do, And hey, man, how you doing? What's up, G?
Hey, Cavatino.
That's how you say that.
Cavatino. How is Cavatino? Yeah, Cavatino. Yeah, I think it's Cavatino. Cavatino. Wow. How was Inslee elected for a third term as governor? Oh, man. I don't know how Gruesome Newsom ever made it.
Culp got 43% of the vote, and at that point, I think they were still freaking counting. How can they call it when they're still counting?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions all over the board with this. How did so-and-so, even some senators, yeah.
Yeah, the wiring on the inside of a fucking pinball machine? That's what that fucking shit is.
Hail, CJ.
Hail, CJ. How's it going, man? Yes, I have had 45 spins on the Earth.
45 spins?
Gotcha. 49. Hey, you remember how Kirk was about his birthdays all the time?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Tiny bit. I've always been funny about my birthday. My birthdays have always been normally pretty bad. And more good ones than bad ones, but there's been some doozies, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And
CJ's at hit the 1,000 subscriber mark. He said there, congratulations, CJ. That's awesome, man. Hail to that. Congratulations.
CJ.
Hit the big 1,000 mark. Way to go.
Hail to that.
That's awesome. Yeah, great job.
When's the celebration?
Yeah, that one you need a celebration.
Hey, thank you, CJ. Wow. Very cool.
Yep, very cool.
Very cool. So yeah, let's have you heard this one yet? You've been busy, man, lately. This is fairly new too.
Oh, I've heard this one. I think so. We play it. The title.
Hey, being that CJ is in the chat, I played a song that's not even in the video yet. Let's do this. Remember, click the share audio. Entire screen. All right, then we'll do that. Soundtrack.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. I got to. Oh, apparently it was working. I gotta go back and open it. How about now? It's loading.
No.
You hear that?
Yeah, that I heard. Yeah.
All right. Flowers in the park, singing of better times. Wish it would rain. Just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Do you ever wish for blue skies after the mist clears? The rain has stopped. Looking for rainbows on the horizon, sunset so clear. Cherry on top of that, flowers in the park. Maybe it will flow in the right direction. Flowers in the park, singing of better days. Wish it would rain, just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Flowers in the park, singing of better times. Wish it would rain, just a plain sunset after the mist clears. Do you ever wish for blue skies after the mist clears? The rain has stopped. Looking forward for rainbows on the horizon. Sun setting so clear, cherry on top of that. Flowers in the park.
Nice. I think that's the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one you wrote in like how long? 3 hours?
That's the new one.
The new one.
I started at
Flowers in
probably
the
right
park.
around 6:40. I started writing 6:40. Right a little bit after that, I found the instrumental track, opened the studio, added the instrumental track. Then Tommy popped in, and he was watching me place because the original instrumental is only 1.5 minutes long. So I made it 2 minutes 9 seconds long by copying one portion and extending it and connecting it where it jives with an upbeat then a downbeat, and you can't tell. Because I really, really liked the direction of the tune, and it really matched the personality of the lyrics.
Yeah, it's a really good sounding one.
Yeah. I dig it. I'm really digging it. Yeah. I
do that in 3 hours.
It's really impressive.
Yeah, I gotta say I was kind of blown away by it because it always blows me away on how it works. There's an old saying, and I'm not sure if it came from musicians or anything like that, but the magic works. I've heard the saying before, and it's kind of how it feels. It feels like that. So sometimes the magic just works.
Yeah.
And reaching in to that place where the white light lives, blue light and gold light, and reaching in, pulling that into the music and making it like this living thing. It becomes alive, and that's kind of what I strive for.
Yeah. I like it. It's uniquely yours.
Yeah. Yeah, I get a lot of enjoyment from doing it. Big time. Big time. Yeah. A lot of enjoyment there, I got to say.
And now you have how many songs you said you had? 40?
No, 24.
Oh, 24.
24.
24.
Now, if I could ever find where I have the data for my first project, Great Flying Twilight.
Oh, that's the one you lost?
Yeah, I have it. I lost all the original lyrics to it, but I had the because I had backed it up, and so it's somewhere on a computer drive somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Or maybe my mom has a copy. It's backed up somewhere. I don't know. But I would been trying to find it, and because it's basically it's a full demo album, basically, acoustic guitar and singing.
So you recorded it and
Professionally on my friend's equipment. Yeah.
oh man.
Very expensive English mic that he got. Man, you didn't even want to know how much that mic cost, man. It was sick. It was sick. He had an Apple Studio computer tower. That was sick, man. I think he paid under 10 grand or something like that for that thing.
Where do you have it set up?
In one of his spare rooms that he soundproofed.
Oh, nice. So you made like a studio.
Yeah. Yep. And it was just freaking amazing. It was my first experience with it. I messed around with some friends of mine back when I was renting my grandmother and grandfather's house. We had a garage. It was Gary. You can be as loud as the fuck you wanted to. No one would care. Rocking parties.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And so I did some messing around there. As it's always been there. It's always been there. The hanker and the inkering for it. And,
the music.
Yeah. It's always been there. I used to mess around with a guitar, but you know what? Playing guitar, it will eat your fingers up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
you gotta build those callus.
Yeah, you got to keep your you can get blisters sometimes if you're not careful. Yeah. You got to keep your nails super short. You can't have super long nails, and it makes it difficult if you don't got nails sometimes to pick up a penny off the freaking floor. You know what I'm saying? If you drop it, drop a pin in the floor, it's like I can't pick the damn thing up. Press real hard, hope it sticks to your finger. Yeah.
Bass is a little easier. The strings are a little thicker, so it's not as sharp on your fingers. I mean, you still build a callus, but I never found it as painful.
Hey, so I got a little interesting story.
Mm-hmm.
I gained a sub from my my local Walmart.
Oh.
Because, wherever I go, man, I talk to people. I talk to anybody that's want to talk. I talk to them because normally there's a good conversation to be had. And they have to wear a mask when they're working there and all that. But a lot of people I run across that doesn't wear masks. And I was talking with this elder at the Fred Meyer, and he wasn't wearing a mask and all that. I was waiting on fresh roasted chicken that just was dropped. And so me and him were sitting there talking and all that, and the cool old guy, and he goes, I don't wear a mask either. He goes, I got bad allergies and all that stuff. It's like, nope, I don't do it.
He's got bad allergies.
Yeah, and he won't wear a mask because you wear a mask, it makes your freaking allergies worse. It catches pollen, catches lint and dust. There's dust in the mask in a lot of cases. And,
yeah.
And basically, it's not good. Not good. Because your nose is constantly running. You can't have a freaking mask on when your nose is running on the freaking mask. Come on.
Oh, yeah, it's a pain.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And my wife's allergies are twice as worse and all that stuff. And so I had a cool little conversation there. I was going somewhere. Where was I going? The guy at Walmart. I switched up on stories. So I gained a subscriber. And it's one of the... Hey, Casino Culture. You know where the link's at. You can get in here if you want.
Culture Casino. Welcome.
Yeah, I didn't tell. He knows what I mean. We were joking around in the chat. I said, "You're fired."
Would you
laughing out loud? And then I go, how about this? I'm telling. Now, when I was growing up as a kid, man, I heard that from my cousins all the time. I'm telling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's the younger ones. That a lot of times with us.
That was my brother used that all the time.
That kind of got them their way a little sometimes with us older ones. It's like we weren't exactly doing something we were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And if they weren't included, they're like, "Oh, we're telling. You don't include us, we're telling. You're done." And we're like, "Man, okay, all right." So it's funny. I remembered something. Funny stuff. So yeah, I was talking with this young kid, man. I think he was maybe 19. First job ever. Maybe 18. And so I was talking with him and all that, and man, he's completely awake. He realizes everything that's going on. I got a little bit of hope over that.
Yeah,
and so I told him about my channel and all that stuff. I was talking with him and all that.
Oh, nice.
He goes, hey, handed me his phone. It's like, hey, pop it in there, and the search and all that. So he comes up and like, yeah, that's it. That's mine right there. And he commented on one of the songs.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's great. So
he's always he's always friendly. He's always courteous, stuff like that. And the majority of those people there that are bringing stuff out, I've gotten to know them, and they're pretty cool. They don't want to be wearing masks either, but Walmart makes them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Yep. Wow, that's great to a 19-year-old though. That is a little bit of hope.
Yeah. And he was really with it, really swift, knows what's going on. It's like, okay. He knows who's on first, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
a little bit of hope.
Because third's on first and fourth is on fifth and first is on second.
Or the upside down.
A little bit of Abbott and Costello for you there.
Yeah.
That's
Boy, we're like living in a Abbott and Costello world.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, we are.
It's Absolutely. Like real life.
Absolutely. So let's see here. Let's give this a little play real quick. Tell me if you hear it.
Yep, I do hear it.
I had fun doing this.
This is the story of a lost love game. Would you cross the ocean of time to find the right moment? Did it go up in ash? Remember fire turns to ash. Wherever time may go, wherever the wind may go. Circles flow around. Sometimes you gotta sit back and close your eyes. Listen to the story. Sometimes you carry the world. Sometimes you carry away the world. Cycles on the wheel, they burn in the sky. Spins round and round till they hit ground. You will realize the scale of the ice. Fall away in a splash of water. Listen to the story. Listen to the story of a lost love game. Would you cross the ocean of time to find the right moment? Did it go up in ash? Remember, fire always turns to ash. wherever time may go, wherever winds may go. Circles flow round. Sometimes you gotta sit back, close your eyes, listen to the story. Sometimes you carry the weight of the world. Sometimes you carry the weight of the world. Cycles on the wheel, they turn around, spin around and round till they ground. You realize the scale in the ice. Fall away in a splash of water. Listen to the story. This is the story of love, lost and gained. Put you across the ocean of time to find the right moment. Did it go up in ash? Remember, fires always turn to ash. Wherever time may go, wherever the winds may go. Circles flow around. Sometimes you gotta sit back, close your eyes, listen to the story. Sometimes you carry the weight of the world. Cycles on the wheel, they turn in the sky. Spin round and round till they hit ground. You will realize the scales in the eyes. Fall away, a splash of water, a splash of water. Listen to the story. This is the story of love lost and love gained. Put you across the ocean of time to find the right moment. Listen to the story. This is the story of love lost and love gained.
Ooh, I like that one. I like that one a lot.
That song,
Nice.
man, everything on that song, it was so tight. All the levels were tight. They were just right at the perfect loudness. I cranked the power into it in the settings just to that edge where well, if it goes any more, it's going to distort. You're right at that edge at that point where it's perfect and it wasn't distorting. And I messed with the levels. I used several different parametric EQ settings on it. And yeah, it was very fun mixing it.
Yeah, well, it really came out well.
Yeah.
You have a really good talent of finding the right music to fit your lyrics and song too.
Yeah, and sometimes it just happens. I won't even be meaning really to find a song or write a song, and I'll have the computer on. I'll be looking at the audio section, looking at different things, and I'll just out of the blue I'll find something like, wow, that sounds interesting. And a lot of times that's how some of the songs came up to be, because I think I have 2 or 3 other sets of songs that I've written that are still somewhat raw, and they're the ones that basically get worked on, get tuned up a little. Let's see here. One of the ones that the tornado on Main Street. That's kind of how the song came about, by finding an instrumental piece, and then and I finished up the song and the lyrics and stuff like that, and it came together. And by the way, all these videos are 4K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, every song, every video that I upload, song video, is 4K. And I'll click that and see here. I think it's this one. Yeah. All right. See the effects in there?
Yeah.
I did something that was different. I didn't know that I could take one of the videos, put it in there, and turn it completely sideways.
Turn it completely sideways.
Yeah, that's how I got the Aztecing patterns.
Oh.
Yeah. That's where all that comes, like right in here. I'll show you. See that?
Wait, let me say it again. Do it again.
And so what I did is, all right, I made a slideshow, created the MP4 video, and then what I did is I layered 3 regular videos that weren't sideways, and then in between the layers, I put the videos in and I turned them sideways, and I layered those out. And so it's wafering in between wafers, and it creates that mosaic when I put it all together like that. And so you get this zigzagging hexagons and different shapes like that with the transitions in the slideshow. And normally when it's a slideshow, I will literally do up all the thumbnails for that slideshow, all the way down to the lettering. You get the concert lights going, all that stuff.
Yeah, I like the concert lights.
Yeah.
Definitely gives the vibe that you're at a show.
Yeah. And the clouds, you see the clouds? The cloud is a layer just on the outside of the first video. And then when you layer it, you got the appearance of these clouds mixing with the layers. And it looks like it's going from layer to layer of the clouds, doesn't it?
Yep.
And a little further up here, you'll see it looks like the rushing clouds coming off of a mountain in the background. That's what it looks like. It has that feel to it. Especially when it changes scene and shows the sunset in one of the scenes.
Yeah.
So that's how I came up with that. I didn't know. I seen these round circular arrows, and I'm like, I wonder what that is. So I clicked it, and it moved, and I turned it. I'm like, oh, I can have fun with that. So that's how I got the crisscross star patterns and all that stuff. If you ever look at star pattern blankets, it kind of has that effect and look to it.
Star pattern blankets?
Yeah. And you'll have blankets that have S-teching too that looks like that. And I was actually able to create a thumbnail that looked like a weaving when I put it together, and it really looked like a weaving tapestry instead of a thumbnail.
Oh. How long did it take you to do that?
The layers, hours.
Yeah, I bet.
Hours. Because basically what you do is I would basically, after getting the thumbnail framed, I would layer it within each other, and then I would take it back into Pixlr, and I would use some settings and flip all the settings and make it to where they were crisscrossing and make it look like a weave, and then take that after I put a new border on it and do the same thing over again. You keep doing that over and over again until finally it looks like you have a piece of woven cloth in the picture. It looks like woven cloth.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of dedication and skill to be able to get that effect.
I really enjoy it because all the thumbnails. You see the thumbnail behind me? I took a screenshot as the background was spinning.
So you timed it so
it was in motion spinning in one of the slideshows. And just at that moment, I caught a screenshot, and I'm like, "That's a good thumbnail." And then I ran it through the. I have, it's called a color filter, but it makes everything look like neon glass. And I will use that, and then I also discovered a cartoon filter that I didn't know was there really, because Power Director I just recently had a recent update, and the cartoon looks really kind of cool too. I had never used it on the desktop version.
Oh, okay.
Normally what I'll do is I'll use the I have a camera cartoon app that it's got a whole different bunch of settings for the cartoon part. And normally sometimes if I want to get a really cool effect, I'll run the thumbnail through the cartoon, and then I'll put it back in my Power Director mobile, and I'll use the color filter, and it makes it look like neon light design.
Huh.
That's how I get stuff to
get that psychedelic style look.
Well, I'll show you. Let's see, a good example. All right, see right here, the bordering. Basically, what I do is I will put a border around it as a frame, and then I'll run it through the neon light filter, and then I'll screenshot it, and then I'll save it, and then I'll cut it down to where it's just the right size, and it looks like the frame. It looks like basically an X-ray image with color. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, an X-ray. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Groove Train, you see the train? Same process. And I had to like keep running it through the neon filter until I had the right feel to it, the right look.
Yeah, that is dedication.
Yeah.
But it looks great.
Oh yeah. That was in town. This was outskirts. This was the sunset, driving into the sun up a hill.
Cool.
Of course, that's me.
It's like you're looking at a negative, but
I was driving down the road right before the Nisqually Res. That's an actual photograph of the truck. Ran through the filter.
that's cool.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
that's a photograph of a Mustang.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like
it's a 66 Shelby, not a fastback, just a regular Shelby. Of course, I blurred if there's any plates, I blurred them beforehand.
Oh yeah, that's smart of you to do that too, and kind.
Yeah, and you notice in some of the thumbnails, I'll use some oak trees, like in tonight's thumbnail that I did. I did an updated one. Yeah, this was also a screen grab. You see the background? It was also a screen grab, and I just ran it through a bunch of different color filters. Then I brightened it. Yeah, the oak tree is a layer. All the icons, all the round icons, is a layer. Bear to the Core Birthday Bash, that's a layer. The logo in the center, that's a layer. All the logos are a layer. The trees, everything else is underneath.
So what is the original? What was the original shot of?
It was a shot of a slideshow. No, let me see here. I think it might have been from Groove Train. Yeah, it was a screenshot from Groove Train.
Oh, okay.
Oh, press the pause button when it gets there. Come on.
Yeah, the colors you get are really, really cool.
It's when it does that spin. Oh, it's right in the beginning.
It's like neon colors.
And the first time I got the screenshot, it wasn't easy. It's click on click, click on click. All right, there we go. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There you are. It's a screen grab of that, basically.
Oh, wow.
And then I ran it through color filters and I intensified the green. And I have Pixlr Pro on my phone, so I got all the filters and all the fancy little gadgets in that thing. Man, it is great. You take a screen grab of this, and then I ran it through a whole bunch of different filters, color filters, contrast, bright, saturation, increase it, decrease it. I'll go into advanced, and I can do all the colors of the rainbow with saturation and adjust different stuff. And so that's how I got that thumbnail, by just messing with stuff to color, taking it into the brush area where you can brighten it. And I'll just brighten it over and over again, and then I'll accent certain areas that I want to be bright and not dark. And then there's a feathering. You can increase the feathering so that way when you do it, it will blend. It won't be like abrupt edge.
Yeah, right. Blurs it a little bit.
And I discovered the clouds, how to get the effect with those clouds. I used the color filter. It acts as basically a colored stained glass filter. I did it on the laptop in the Power Director, because it has it on the mobile version, and it's also in the laptop version. And so it's an interesting program to use. It can be a little complicated. When I first got it, man, it about destroyed my other computer. It crashed it.
Too powerful?
Whoa, man.
Couldn't handle it?
I have a 2015 gaming laptop that's tougher than nails. It's fast. It does everything that I need it to do. And it is intense on this. And so so what I did is I started just doing my templates and making my particles and making slideshows on here, because it doesn't really take up too much resources to do it. Fairly light. It's the sound processor. When you use a sound processor, it pushes that. And I've made video slideshows 15 layers deep.
Wow.
You can go as many layers as you want, build it up, and yeah. And because you take a drum kick set, put it to the left and the right. You take popping circle bubbles that go out like a rock going into a pond. Place those here and there. Then you place the light show, and then you place the clouds, because basically in the particles you move all the clouds up top, a little bit down bottom, and to the left and the right, and a little bit of clouds in the center, real light colored, will come through. That's about it, and it gives that effect of concert smoke.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and it's recently updated. Let me see here. Right here. So you've been able to do the Nither lately, right?
Yeah, I've got Sundays off, so I can do my show on Sunday. I can do the Enter the Nether show. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. We pretty much get a lot of the same chat that we get on your show. It's a lot of the same guys. RR is always there.
Now I'm seeing orange means I took my sunglasses off. They're blue. They're tinted blue. Well, you look through blue for a while. I've always noticed that everything looks a little orange after that.
Huh.
It goes away after a while, though. It's weird.
Yeah, I've never actually noticed that.
But yeah, normally, when you come on live, I'm normally sucked up into a sci-fi show that I'm watching and doing research, and then I catch the rewatch if I can help it.
Yeah. Yeah. Appreciate it.
But oh, you know what? The Mandalorian should be available.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's right.
It's 11:40.
It is. Yeah. It's gonna be rushing to get their videos out.
Right.
Try to beat the algorithm.
Yeah, I picked up this 18 times telephoto lens for my phone.
18 times? Wow.
Yeah. I got some pictures. It was technically the second time I used it. It came with a little stand too, little tripod.
Oh, that's cool. So how close can you get to, say the moon?
If I can get a stable platform, I can probably get halfway decent pictures of the moon.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not there yet. Another 4 minutes.
Yeah, halfway decent pictures of the moon. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I got this jewel pen for nicotine vaping, and they're really cool. And if I really wanted to, I can go get my own juice, because I can go to one of the smoke shops where they have that juice at, and I could refill my pod myself if I wanted to have a different flavor other than classic tobacco. The Virginia tastes horrible. I don't recommend the Virginia. If you're going to get a jewel vape pen, and you're not in California, by the way.
Oh yeah, because now you can't have any flavors
yeah,
here apparently.
Yeah, and basically, in the tip, you literally have to. They don't tell you this, but you got to take the plastic top piece off, and there's two little thin wafers inside that plastic. They act like a filter. They get soaked with the steam from the nicotine juice. So you got to take it apart and pull those out and take a paper towel and squeeze, and then you put them back in. Because otherwise, when you're inhaling off of it, you get the juice, the vape juice, on your lips. Oh. It's kind of sweet, and it's really really weird. It kind of tastes good.
Do they flavor it at all?
It's called classic tobacco, the flavor. Oh. And the first time I got Virginia, and that was horrible. Horrible.
And then you never got that again.
Yeah, because normally one pod in a vape pen, I think it lasts me like 2.5 months.
Oh, yeah, that's a pretty good amount of time.
Yeah. It keeps the edge off from wanting a cigarette, because I don't like to smoke indoors if I can help it. Because I can use the sneak-a-toke system, and then with the air freshener and all that. I remember this. Remember the air freshener Oust?
Oust air freshener?
Yeah, I remember that stuff. It was all over the place. You could get it everywhere. It was the best air freshener on the market. Now it's gone. Nowhere on the market.
Oh yeah, Oust. Yeah, I do remember it.
And I'm just like, I wonder why it's not on the market no more. Was something bad? Was something bad about that?
Something
stuff?
Probably something that broke the law in the ingredients. They never revealed it. Well,
here's the thing. You could be in a smoky room, and it was just like Ozium, the air freshener, Ozium. Yep. Well, you could be in a room, and it could be full of cigarette smoke. Oust, you'd spray the whole room, and then a non-smoker would not smell the cigarette smoke.
A non-smoker would not smell the cigarette smoke. So it had no sweet scent or no scent?
They ate them all. It did something with the odors in the air. Oust did.
Huh.
It did something similar that Ozium did. Because
Air freshener.
in most states, Ozium's illegal.
Oh.
Because going down the road and your car smells like a certain something, spray the Ozium, boom, it doesn't.
I see.
Yeah, it's illegal in Indiana. At least it used to be.
Too easy to cover the tracks, huh?
Right.
Cover up your tracks.
It is now 11:45. Turn the TV off real quick. Exit that app and clear it. Turn it back on.
You seeing if Mando's is
Yeah.
out?
Let's see. Yeah, it's not like we can watch it and then react to it at the same time. I don't have a closed system for that.
Yeah. That would be nice if they allowed that.
Yeah. Nope, not yet.
Oh, and it's the Angela Straven.
Hail.
Hail, Angelus.
Yeah, it's 11:14. So it's now 11:47. Maybe they switched it to midnight, man.
Yeah, I think it might be. I think it might be after midnight.
Yeah, because I remember last year it was popping up on Disney Plus at 11:45.
Yeah, I thought so too, and I remember checking on the premiere night.
Because we
See if it
live
was
streamed
there.
right after it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Disney always tricking me. I did not want to go into the Disney section. I wanted to go into the Mandalorian section. Yep, it's not there yet.
Yeah, I bet it's probably midnight.
They must have switched to where it shows up exactly at 12.
Yep.
So yeah. Let me.
You think they'll? You think they're gonna show one of the other main characters, Gideon, or Ahsoka, Sabine, Cara Dune?
You've seen everything so far, right?
Yeah, I've seen the first two.
The fact that I was right about a little thing and I predicted it.
Oh, what was that?
Boba Fett.
Oh, yeah.
Discovering the jingle.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, the jingle.
Discovered the Rocky theme music. Pretty
Yeah,
sure that
that's
we
right,
were the
yeah.
first. We discovered that together.
Yep.
And the jingle. As soon as I seen the episode, man, I started making a video. Because the video was over at 12, and then it's like after that, I was like, no way. And then I went real quick, put Empire Strikes Back on, watched it, put it to the part where Boba Fett was walking like ching, ching, ching. And I'm like, holy cow. So I did a basic screen recording of the ching, ching, ching and added to the video and did a screen recording of the ching, ching, ching from the Mandalorian, compared it one after the other, and boom, uploaded it and all that stuff. And video was up. And the video was probably up by 3 a.m. or before by a little.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely were the first one to come up with that sound. Realize that was the same sound.
Then after that, I'm like, they're going to have Boba Fett in this.
Yep.
They're going to bring Boba Fett in.
Bring him back.
And the show that they showed Boba Fett, the fact that they had him in the cast, his character's name was Boba Fett. Sweet sauce.
Oh yeah, it's definitely him.
Sweet sauce.
It's definitely him.
Well, I think it's time for a little bit of cognac.
Oh, a little bit of cognac.
A little bit of cognac. And by the way, the bottle turned the other way does not work so well.
The bottle turned the other way?
Curve side facing up when you pour it. No, it's got to be facing down. All right, salute.
Salute.
Oh. You know, I got to say, my 1 year anniversary on YouTube, the frickin' pink elephant kind of ruined it.
Oh man, what was the date of it?
April 19.
Yeah. Yep. Pretty much right at the beginning of it.
Yeah. First video dated April 19.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. Amazing thing. Had someone told me that before the sequels came out, that if someone random had come up to me and says, someday they're going to make more Star Wars movies and Disney will own it and it will suck.
I'd never believe it. See, you know what you're talking about.
And then you're going to become a YouTuber. And then you're going to write some songs.
Would you believe that part, though?
I probably could have believed that part. But you see, if one knows oneself, you know the reason why sometimes why you start writing songs, because you were pushed to that point to where you needed a creative outlet to basically channel the good and bad energy, however it is, wherever it went, wherever it goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully the grandfather cedar don't come back no more. Don't call that shit back. And so that's kind of how that was. And creativity through writing and all that. And because there's creative ways of sending a message with a song. Oh, I just seen this. I guess blankety blanks are going after Pablo Hidalgo, and it's hilarious. They eat their own.
Oh yeah. Yep, they do eat their own. They do eat their own.
Yeah, and lately I've been kind of I got a mental list of Hollywood stars and all that stuff that to me I'm not really impressed with PSAs and stuff like that. It kind of comes across a little bit better than now and all that stuff, and of desperation too, really. And the way I kind of look at it, I don't want to know anything about these stars' personal opinions about real life stuff. The science and literature and cool things, I'd like to know that. I'd like to know what comic book they like, maybe. I'd like to know what's your favorite all-time hot rod movie where they have chase scenes.
Yeah.
Whether it's the movie Johnny Be Good. I can't remember if that was called that, but the song Johnny Be Good was in it, and they had I think it was a 1940 Ford Coupe or something like that. It's a fast car they raced, and old movie, yeah, great stuff, and stuff like that. It's like what's your favorite race movie, genre of race movie, and stuff like that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to know that the toxic stuff that they put out there. I don't want to know that. I have no interest in it. Because to me, at that point, it's like, okay, time to tune you out.
Yeah.
And, you know, people acting all crazy, saying this and saying that, all that stuff. You know, it must be the little bit of English in me sometimes, I think. because I think I was like 14. I read an English etiquette book on etiquette because reading was a brand new thing to me, and it just light bulb turned on. That from that time, and so I read everything I get my hands on, and that's one of the things that I read, and and I always thought of it this way: the person having the cool, calm, collected conversation. When they're doing that, they're having a conversation. You're learning something. You're learning about each other. The other stuff, you're not learning nothing. You're not intellectually stimulating your mind. Whether it be about pop culture, whether it be about intellectual things. Socrates, Plato, the arts, stuff like that. And I have no interest in what they think about this or what they think about that. When it comes to any kind of politics or personal stuff, I don't want to know all that.
Yeah.
And a lot of them, when they normally do that, it's normally not very positive when it gets right down to it. And for me, then I say, okay, time to tune that out. No more watching this or watching that, because now it makes me think about that. And when I watch sci-fi, I watch a good story, stuff like that, whether it's a book or whether it's a movie, I don't want to be pulled out of that story. Because after all, it is the story that we want to hear, a good one. And, we have our shows and all that stuff and have all these characters. And when you write these characters, we want them written well.
Yeah, we do.
And so when it gets down to it, if they are going to literally speak and treat fans in a disingenuous manner, it makes us want to take our sometimes dollars elsewhere. And when The Mandalorian came out, I had real serious mixed feelings about even watching it. And honestly, because of Dave Filoni and what's the other guy's name? I always forget his name. Jon Favreau. If it wasn't for them two involved, I would have zero interest.
Yeah, same here.
In this.
Yep.
In The Mandalorian.
Yeah, same here.
And so far, it really seems like it was the Boba Fett movie sliced into a TV show.
Yep, and then padded with stories that maybe could have been suited for the Clone Wars series.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it's by no means perfect.
Not perfect, but
it
definitely
but
got.
Also, it's been pretty decent. It has its strong points and its not so strong points, but I mean I'd say there's so far been no real social or political messages in there.
Yeah, I'm real tired of the sociological, political messages. Do this, do that, be a good person, do the right thing. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of hearing it in media. I'm tired of hearing it everywhere.
Yeah, and this show's been pretty, optimistically
right,
lacking it.
And the one thing I do got a complaint about, they still ain't got the engine sound right when they're entering freaking atmosphere. Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Fix it. It should sound like a ship, not a weird sound coming from an instrument or a sound effect.
Yeah.
Go in Clone Wars, Attack of the Clones, when those landing craft land that carry the people, and they look very similar to the Razor Crest. Matter of fact, I think the same corporation made those landers that carried the soldiers in them. The ones that would land and take off and land and take off.
Yep.
Well, it should sound like those because it's similar. I think they're the same corporation that makes that craft as the Razor Crest, and the Razor Crest is from the Clone War era.
Yep.
And I'm not sure that it.
I don't know. Is it from the Clone War era? Did
It's
they say that?
it's pre-Empire.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pre-Empire. So that means it was Republic.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and it was made during the era of the Clone Wars.
Yep.
It's from what
That's
I've
true.
gathered.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure if they had said that, but yeah, that makes
And
sense. Though.
they still ain't got the engine sound right. Yeah, it's just now 12 o'clock and it's not there yet. So maybe it's 12:01. It'll show up.
Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure.
Hey, let's listen to a song in the meantime.
All right.
Yeah. Wow, and isn't it funny? The 11th hour is 2 minutes and 9 seconds long.
2 minutes and 9 seconds. 2-9.
Yeah, 2 minutes 9 seconds long. Yeah, and the other song, that the new song, that one's 2 minutes and 9 seconds long.
Really?
How do you do that? I don't know how that happens. It's weird.
Yeah, 2 minutes of both songs that you wrote are 2 minutes and 9 seconds.
Yeah, think about 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
Prime numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Flowers in the Park is 2 minutes and 9 seconds long, and the 11th hour is 2 minutes 9 seconds long. Wow. Complicate that one here for a minute. All right.
Unintentional coincidence there.
Yeah, you hear that?
No.
You did not hear that.
No.
Yeah, and you remember I connected the sound. We heard the sound. Because after a while, I think the sound disconnects.
Oh. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Because after it's sitting there for a while when it's connected, I've had the sound disconnect on me. I've had to re-share it. You should hear it now.
Yep. No, it's, yeah.
All right. The 11th hour. I discovered the clouds. It's 11th hour, there's energy building. It's 11th hour, the energy is building. Yes, it's on its way. Walking silence is golden. It's so loud. Raise your head, look to the sky, how we're meant to fly. The fingers pointing, maybe pointing back. There's feeling growing. The pain too. We all know someone has to pay. It's the 11th hour. It's 11th hour, there's an energy building. Yes, it's on its way. Walk in silence, silence is golden. It's so loud. Raise your voice, raise your head. Look to the sky, are we meant to fly? There's fingers pointing, maybe pointing back. There's a feeling growing, the payments due. We all know someone will have to pay. It's the 11th hour. It's 11th hour, there's an energy building. Yes, it's on its way. Walk in silence, silence is golden. It's so loud. Raise your head, look to the sky. Are we meant to fly? There's fingers pointing, maybe pointing back. There's this feeling growing. The payments due. We all know someone will have to pay. It's the 11th hour. It's 11th hour, there's an energy building. Yes, it's on its way. Walking silence, silence is golden. It's so loud. Raise your head and look to the sky. It's 11th hour, there's an energy building. Yes, it's on its way.
I like that one. Yeah, I like that one a lot.
I heard a tale, part 2. So yeah, I was
Yeah, I
having.
like that a lot.
Have you noticed that the yard has been acting kind of weird when you expand? Because you know the yard window, it's got an expandable square. You can expand to widescreen, the whole thing,
Right.
and it's been burying the bottom bar behind the taskbar lately.
Oh, really? I haven't
And
noticed that.
you got normally I gotta hit the escape button to get out of it because it buries the little inverted square.
Oh.
Chapter 11 is available.
Oh, there we go. Now it's available.
So yeah.
So I guess it's after midnight. Gotta just wait till midnight.
It's 5 after. 5 after. It was available right around 4 after. Let me see. I think my laptop time might be a little slow or fast. Yeah, it's 12:02. That's right, because it probably wasn't exactly 12 yet on my laptop.
Oh,
I gotta get
that's
that.
it.
Yeah, I gotta fix the time on that thing. It's a little fast.
Well, it's you time travel. You're always a little ahead.
Yeah,
Ahead of the curve.
Exactly. Window. Oh, tiger pattern. So yeah. So yeah, you want to wrap it up, and then we'll do a party watch for the episode, eh? What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna have to head to bed actually because I got to get up at 7 tomorrow.
Then
I think I'll have to wait till
there is
tomorrow
that.
to watch it. Yeah.
So, hey, look what happens to be up. Storyman sound.
Storyman Jack.
Storyman.
Different Storyman, I know, but
Yeah. Storyman's sound. Basically, the Storyman is Jerry Garcia. If any of you are wondering,
is that like a well-known name of his throughout the?
No. It's
okay.
it's a metaphor to me what Jerry Garcia was, because he sung a lot of ballads. There was a lot of songs that were actual ballads, and Robert Hunter wrote a lot of those songs that Jerry played. Not only did Robert Hunter write the lyrics, he wrote the music as well.
Oh, so did Jerry? He was a songwriter too, though, wasn't he, or
Yes,
not?
yes.
Oh, okay.
He wrote his songs as well. He came up with music for his stuff too. But yeah, that a lot of good writing for the Grateful Dead, song wise. But yeah, I think that well, everyone here probably knows where to find us.
Oh yes, I'm sure. I'm sure they're probably aware.
Yeah, and Culture Casino's probably in his bed watching this right now.
Yeah, he probably is. Oh, if he's still awake, sweet dreams, Culture.
Yeah, sweet dreams. Next time I'll pull that card.
What were you guys talking about?
Oh, one of my fans.
Oh, okay.
Hey, mystery sometimes. Mystery.
Yep.
Mystery. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah, good.
Carousel.
I heard a tale, hard to believe. I heard the tale, that story man's tale. I heard the tale, hard to believe. I heard the tale, story man's tale. I started looking for deeper meaning, cats and rats. Where's the glory? I heard the story, straight from the story man who tells the tale. Sometimes you have to lose yourself before you're found. It's so profound. The tale that's always around you. You have to lose yourself. It's so profound. The sound I found, I did hear. It's clear to me. I had to test the sound. It's so profound. It's been clear to me. The sound from the story man I found it was given before you understand. Before you found sound I did hear. So I heard the sound, it's so profound. It was made clear to me. I hear the sound, it's clear. It's clear to me the story man knows he has a plan. Play the strings from afar. The story man says, like waterfalls, sometimes you have to lose yourself before you're found. Where's the glory? I heard a story straight from the story man who tells the tale.
That's how I found the sound.
I hear the tale, I heard, hard to believe, I hear the tale. Where's the glory? I heard the story, straight from the story man who tells the tale. Sometimes you have to lose yourself before you're found. It's so profound.
That's how I found the sound.
Nice. Story man.
Yeah, that's exactly how I the story man sound. It's kind of how I found the sound. It was a dream, literally. So yeah, you got time for one more song? It's because you look at that. It'd be a shame not to play that. I seen it pop up.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
Fourth wave freak flag.
You can find me and FinalDeathStar and Wes. Wes had to work. He probably, when he got home, he's probably tired. And so that's what was going on. Otherwise, he would have been here. So you can find me here, and you can find the FinalDeathStar here on Saturdays, the late edition, and every once in a while on a Friday on the Four Horsemen. You know, November 3rd, I kind of took a little break and I watched sci-fi. Yeah. Watched real Star Trek. And you can find us talking about this and that, a little bit of everything, and a little bit of music here and there, and the things we like. Maybe even some vans and some cars and stuff like that, and the stars and all that. And I kind of rhymed. It did not mime. And with that, we'll let the sound flow and get to that go place, you know, because we want to go.
I like it.
We want to go fast.
We are the OG in the fourth wave.
Salute.
Silence is gold.
Salute.
But we're not silent no more. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden, but we're silent no more. Hey, we do not kneel, marching to our own tune. Dodging and ducking loose. Get out of my way. You see the wheel is turned, the fourth wave's on its way. Running wild on the hill, man, I can tell you that bird sure can fly. Waving the fourth wave freak flag, you better let it fly. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden. Silence no more. We've broken the curse. So you can take your bag of tricks. Won't be silence again. My wings won't be clipped. You be you and I'll be me. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden, but we're not silent no more. Hey, we do not kneel, marching to our own tune. Dodging and ducking loons, get out of my way. Yeah, see the wheel, it has turned.
Thank you, Mikhail.
The fourth wave on its way. Running wild on the hill, man, I tell you, that bird, it sure can fly.
Hell.
Waving the fourth wave freak flag, you
Better let it fly.
We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden. Silence no more. We've broken the curse. You can take your bag of tricks. Won't be silent again. My wings won't be clipped. You be you and I be me. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence golden, but we're not silent no more. Hey, we do not kneel. Marching to our own tune, dodging and ducking loose. Get out of my way. See the wheel has turned. The fourth wave's on its way.
Interesting transition, eh?
Yeah.
Man, I tell you that bird, it sure can fly.
Couple of coincidences, eh?
You better let it fly. We are the OG in the fourth wave. Silence is golden. Silent no more. We've broken the curse. You can take your bad tricks. Won't be silent again. My wings
Won't be clipped.
Clipped.
Yeah,
Tell you, we are the there's no wave like the fourth wave.
exactly. Hey, you know what? I want to explain something real quick. To me, how I feel about the fourth wave, to me, the fourth wave, to me, is like the Grateful Dead of YouTube.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. That's how
Yeah.
serious it's to me, and that's kind of how I feel. It's just like one of those things right there in the heart. It's right there. It lives right there. And the way the Grateful Dead was and the way it happened and how magical that it was, the same way with the fourth wave. That's how the fourth wave is. That's what a fourth wave show is, the way we do things and the way we did things and stuff like that in a fourth wave show.
Yeah.
How
And
we
it was-
carry ourselves, how we portray ourselves.
and it kind of is a counterculture type
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah. Very similar circumstances, man.
Yeah.
And we all branched out and we went and did a thing, and we're all connected to each other that way. And then
Yeah, and we've grown.
brings us together, and it made us stronger.
Yep.
And I'm looking forward to that, because to me the fourth wave is like the Grateful Dead of YouTube. If we put our heads to do stuff, we can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Think someday 1 million subs. It's kind of how I look at things. It's because we love what we do. And there's a saying in the Grateful Dead song, without loving the dream, it'll never come true. With that, take that, live with that. Without loving the dream, it'll never come true. We do what we love. We love this. We love our community. We love our chat. The YouTube community on Facebook that I'm friends with, everyone wish me a happy birthday. Everybody in the chats and on Twitter wish me a happy birthday. I thank you. I really appreciate that. You guys are like family. We become a family, and we've got that dynamic to where we can talk about this, talk about that, and we can remain friends and be like a family, you know. And that's what I like. That's what I like. That's powerful. They can't take that from us.
No, yeah, they cannot.
They can't take that because it's right here in our heart. They can't take it. So with that, I'll leave my friends. Leave you with that. And if you'll indulge my whatever it is, we'll play this and say goodbye. Appropriate, right?
Very appropriate.
Very appropriate.
The Ghost Bear birthday show.
Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show.
By the way, there to the core.
There's no trouble.
That was Scotty's suggestion to me.
Yeah, I remember
Like a
that.
light on a train, southwest bound. Time stop running, let the rain wash it away. Gotta walk the line, no more fines. Gonna walk the line, sing a song of long ago. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. We're gonna start on Ghost Bear time. No, I'm not man in the moon. That has the sound so profound. Man with sound so profound to be found. A little bed never hurt no one. A little bed never hurt no one. Go for the show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Just need a scarecrow to scare the children. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. There's no troubles here. Like a light on a train, southwind bound. Time to stop running, let the rain wash it away. Gotta walk the line, no more fines. Gonna walk the line, sing a song long ago. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Whoa.
Hell, show back.
Where we start Ghost Bear time. No, I'm not the man in the moon that has the sound. Sounds so profound, man, with a sound. So profound to be found. A little bit never hurt no one. Go for the show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Just need a scarecrow to scare the children. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show.
There's no trouble here. Don't bring none. We'll not leave none.
Like a light on a train, southwest bound. Time to stop running, let the rain wash it away. Gotta walk the line, no more fines. Gotta walk the line, sing a song long ago. Welcome to the Ghost Bear Show.
And with that, we'll say goodnight.